This is the Watch Geek Time podcast.
Time for another show, folks, and we got new microphones and new audio and all this great stuff, and we got a lot to look at.
All right.
So I got my notes here. Okay. First of all, shout out to my Doyers. Mm-hmm. Not just the World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, the back-to-back World Series champions.
Congratulations.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you. I get a bump on that. Great job, guys. I know that a couple of the guys are watch collectors, so if you're watching the show, send us a note, but chef's kiss. Love you. All right, that's my shout out.
Okay.
We'll do the questions I got first because we've been off the air for about a week and a half. Tim's been got lots of stuff to talk to us about the New York.
Yeah, was in New York for a couple of days.
Yeah,
lots going on there.
What was that show?
Well, I actually exhibited at the Indies New York City, which was one of the peripheral shows to the main event, which is Watch Time event.
Is it just independent watchmakers?
Very much so, yeah. And
okay.
There were 11 exhibitors, so it was pretty small.
Can you remember? Tell me who they were.
No.
Oh.
Well, I was focused on the watchmaker that I was working with.
Oh, you were there for a specific watchmaker, which
yes.
Obviously we're going to get to.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll save it.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Tell me some of the others that were there anyways. You don't say hello to your friends, right?
Well, no. This was a selection of people I'd never heard of and a few people I had heard of. Didier Cavacino was there with his new Tourbillon watch, which I've seen prior. I'd seen a prototype actually in Geneva last year. I've been talking to him, and then the two young French lads, 24 years old, who come out with a time-only watch, which you'd sent me a picture earlier this week.
They were there?
Yeah, they were there.
Do you remember their names? If not, and by the way, I'll always put the names right about here after we...
The two watches, I don't remember the name.
Those were the guys that were like the FP Journe winners or something like this, right? They were...
Yes, that sounds about right. They came out with a time-only watch. It was sort of an open dial, very nicely hand-finished. The surface texture of the half dial was done with sort of graving tools, a little bit like Simon Brett, but again, it's not quite the same.
I'm so
titanium
glad.
Case.
That's right.
Yeah.
We
got pictures coming up in it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
For me, obviously, I was there with Lavelle Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
He's an American watchmaker based in Connecticut, and I visited him earlier this year in beginning of August. In Connecticut, went to his workshop, had the full court press, and amazing. He's completely off the radar. No website. No social media, but
selling watches.
Well, he's a watchmaker, so he's pre-sold a couple of watches,
okay.
And this event was his first time publicly showing to watch collectors and the press or anybody else that was there his work that he's been working on.
How many did he have? A lot of pieces, or just the one?
He has the prototype piece. And he actually, as is often the way, and I've been to Basel World and Geneva for so many years, the last few months, these guys scramble, the independent watchmakers, to get their watches ready for the show and he actually ran out of time. I feel bad for him.
But we got some pictures of what he did have.
Yeah, so the prototype piece he had there, the watch is great, but it was not running. sadly, because he just ran out of time. He physically, there's only 24 hours in a day, and he was working God knows how many. I mean, I'd call him and talk to him at 11, 12 o'clock at night on the East Coast time.
If I don't have a website to put up here, you'll contact him if you see something you like and you want to talk about independent watches. We'll just make sure you can talk to Tim about it.
Yeah.
Say his name one more time.
Lavelle, Love Hunter. He goes by Love, Love, Love Hunter.
And he's in Connecticut.
He's in Connecticut. Grew up in New York City, and
American watchmaker.
American watchmaker. The other watchmaker that I've mentioned is another, also American. Was on my other side of, right next to us on the right hand side was 1776 Atelier, and
who are they?
So they're based in Texas, and the gentleman that's the watchmaker behind it, self-taught guy, or self-taught, but he's also done classes, is Jason, and he is he's basically creating an American watch brand, which is really exciting. Now he uses another mutual friend of ours, Zach Smith, who's based in Ohio, who's a machinist. He's the genius that basically was asked to see if he could fix a Kern CNC machine, and he figured out how to do it. So much so that Kern, the manufacturer, decided to make him the US guy for Kern, because he's the only guy that figured out.
He can. So it sounds like the guy can also make his own tooling for the CNC.
Correct. So now he makes parts for watches, but
he's
also
self-taught.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, young guy, brilliant. So he's supplying Jason with several of the parts for this watch, for the movement parts, the dial, and then also there's a German watchmaker based in Glashütte, whose name I don't know how to pronounce, so I'm not going to butcher it, but he's DK Precision in Glashütte, and he's making the main plate.
All right, so we'll look him up, and he'll be up here.
Yeah,
okay.
and we got pictures of the
good. So we got goodies to show.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do what are we wearing, and then we'll get to some questions.
Yeah, you want to go first? Or
sure. Well, I'm wearing something that we've all seen. This is my Martin Braun. Here, I'll pass it to you. It's my Martin Braun EOS watch, and
I'm going to give it a quick wipe
shiny.
because
Why not? And what's cool about this, and I noticed something because I don't. It's not an everyday watch for me, but it's the sunrise and sunset are exactly correct right now here on the
West Coast.
Yeah, it's on the West Coast. It's perfect. I mean,
and can we see the watch? Or is it there?
What do you mean?
Oh, we're seeing the watch right there. People can see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because I'm so excited. I haven't seen you in so long. Can you see the watch?
We have so much to talk about.
Sure, we can see the watch.
Right.
So it's the sunrise and sunset are actually correct, because what I do, because it does come as a surprise, I'm a little obsessive.
Yeah.
Instead of just setting the time and then adjusting the date, I actually move the hands around
to watch the sunrise and sunset.
And it took me a long time. I mean, it took me a really long time to get it set right in the first place. Right?
Yeah.
And then,
but I thought isn't there a quick set?
There's a quick set, but it doesn't know what part of the year it is when you set it.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? So you have to kind of toy with it a little bit to get it and adjust it back and forth. And once it's adjusted right, if it stops, fine, but you can't just wind it up and set the time and move the date, because now the sunrise and sunset are out of sync. So anyways, so sore thumb and blistered thumb,
Right. So the key on this watch, and again, we may be duplicating this, but I'm going to point to it.
Yes. Good.
So we've got these two hands, the long hands, which cross over, and actually, what Martin did, which was great, because there have been other, pocket watches of old that showed the sunrise, sunset, but he made it very simple, and also he figured out that if you have these longer hands, this arc is actually, you can actually read it as practical, because so the pocket watches of old had a tiny little gauge that you really couldn't see. But the genius here is this cam. So there's a cam here for the sunrise and a cam over here for the sunset, and figuring out the math on this cam and the shape of the cam is what determines
genius. He's a genius.
To show the arc over here, which shows the time of the sunset, and conversely over here the sunrise.
Now the only thing it hasn't done is we had daylight savings time go into effect.
Yeah, well,
and I just have to slide the hands.
Yeah.
Back an hour.
Yeah.
And then we're good.
Yeah.
Each side. So so the way what I'll do is the sunrise, because we set the clocks back an hour,
Mm-hmm.
sunrise is now an hour earlier,
Yeah.
and it looks right actually about 5 a.m. But the sunset is also an hour earlier, so I need to move that back from about, looks like it's about 6:30, 6:45-ish.
For sunset?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I can read it.
because it's in 24-hour mode there.
Right. But I don't think the sunrise is correct.
No, I have to adjust it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right, it's not.
It's way too early.
Since the,
All right.
yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's a good one. And what do you got there?
So I have actually what a lot of watch collectors refer to as an NWA.
NWA.
You know what that stands for?
NWA.
He doesn't know.
Well, I want to say the rap band's name, but it'd be N-word with attitudes, I guess is what I am.
No, it's New Watch Alert.
No Watch Alert.
So
NWA.
on forums and chats and all this, people will get excited about showing a new watch.
And they
so-
call it an NWA.
Yeah, and then they proceed to show it and list it.
It's
and show
going to
pictures.
be a very educational show, folks, so pay attention.
Well, I'll put it up there. So that's
Here, hold on, don't move. Let me point to it.
so. This is a new watch for me. I've actually lusted after this for over a year. When I first saw it in San Francisco at the Wind Up Fair, and what this is a small company out of Paris, France, called SpaceOne. And this is not their first watch. This, I think, is their second watch. The first watch had a jump hour with a disk system. It looked quite similar, if you will, to a sort of spaceship, a little bit like the Debatoon. And Scott's going to hold it up.
We'll give you guys a close-up in
Yeah,
just
it's
a
not-
second. It's not, well,
camera.
because we got the chroma key
Yeah,
behind us. So
yeah.
go ahead and set it there.
So this is the heliocentric Tellurium.
Heliocentric, a name we're familiar with.
And I will put a close up here.
Wow.
Because of the curved sapphire crystal, it's a beast to photograph or even show off because you get all these reflections.
Nothing but reflection there, right? Do you
it's
mind if I hear you keep it there?
Yeah, titanium
And I'm gonna
case.
bring it in.
Yeah, so we can. I'm going to move around maybe a little bit
Maybe
to
we'll
see.
lose the reflection of our lamp.
It's very difficult.
Very difficult. Oh, you did
Yeah,
it.
there we
You
go.
did it. Pretty good. Okay.
So I want to point to what's going on. So right now, the time right here is about right before noon. So the minute hand is sitting almost on top of the hour hand, as it would be for noon.
So it's 11:59 right now.
Okay, so that's why that's up there. This is
Okay.
this polished titanium disc here represents the sun. This disc, these are spheres, not discs. This is a sphere. This represents the Earth, and this represents right there the moon. So this moon rotates around the Earth every 29 and a half days to represent the moon phase. So the sun is over here. So when the moon is opposite the sun, it's a full moon. So we had a full moon a few days ago, so the moon would have been sitting right here. Now it's moved across. When it's a new moon, that little moon there would be sitting right here on this side of the Earth. And so this
Outstanding.
rotates, and then the Earth rotates around the sun 365 days.
Outstanding.
So if I go back, so right down here, this rotates around this track, all the way around here.
And the moon is on a disc that rotates around the Earth.
Well, the moon's it's not on a disc. It's actually attached. It's attached with a piece of what is it?
Oh
a wire.
shit! Look
Yeah.
at that little.
And it just rotates around as a gear. And then you've got down here, you've got the month,
So wait, hold
November,
on.
and the days.
So you're saying, go ahead, point back at the Earth, the moon a sec. On the bottom of the Earth, it looks like it's attached to the bottom.
Well, maybe if we turn it on the side, and you'll get a three-dimensional. There we go.
Oh, fantastic! Let me
There
zoom
we
this out a
go.
little bit here. There you go. Wow.
So you can see.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
It's really like a planetarium style too. It looks
it's a Tellurium. If you look, so I've lusted after the Ulysse Nadan Tellurium, which is
Okay.
part of the trilogy set that
Okay.
the brilliant Ludwig Oxland developed for them. So Tellurium basically traditional Tellurium has the planets that are visible from Earth rotating around the sun in the correct speed and distance and time. This is a simplified version essentially because it's basically all we've got is the Earth and the moon as opposed to all the other planets. But it's right there, and you can see the moon sits right over here, and it's so it just it rotates around the Earth every 29.5 days. As the Earth is traveling around the sun.
Does it have a quick set on the side too to get to it, or is it a?
Yeah, the quick set is on the regular crown. So the crown.
The crown has multiple positions.
Well, it has two positions. It's in the winding. It's an automatic movement. So you pull it out one click, and that then is the quick set for the date. So we didn't even look at that, but there's a date and a month down at 6 o'clock, and so they are right here. The
November 9. That's correct.
November. Yeah. So this is a disc. These are two discs that rotate again around the whole dial. And you've got an aventurine, which is this sparkly, man-made stone, which is really cool. It depicts the heavens or the universe.
Sure.
And it's titanium.
The night sky.
Yeah,
very nice.
And I've always loved the SpaceOne Tellurium, and when I saw this watch, and now, so the other aspect for me is who makes it. That's really important. And the names, I'm going to flip it over because then we can actually read them. I think if you can zoom in, but so the two names, Theo Auffret is. Yeah, and he's down. Let's go back a bit. Yeah, they're listed down here, the names of the actual. So Auffret is right down there.
Theo Auffret.
Yeah, and then the other guy, and I forget his first name, and I can't even read his last name.
Gamiette.
Yeah. I'll
Gamiette. We'll hold on.
So he designed the case.
We'll put it up here.
Yeah. But for me, obviously, the mechanics are what excited me about this watch, and Theo is a brilliant watchmaker based in Paris who traditionally has made exquisite tourbillons at a really high level, and this is a sort of a fun project for him.
Can we see the flip side?
So on the back, so the back is just titanium, and it tells you, gives you the brand name up there.
How does it feel for weight? Just because it's titanium, does it feel good, or is the strap?
Yeah.
Is the strap making the whole watch heavier?
Well, so this is not the original strap.
Okay.
The strap that it came on, I didn't really care for, so I added a Croc navy blue strap.
Does it look like it's a quick set on that strap you've got there? Quick
release? Yeah, that's a quick release. Yeah.
So it's just a standard kind of lug.
Yeah, it's a regular spring bar, and the original strap comes with a quick release as well.
And do they make a bracelet for it?
Not to my knowledge. But it's a hell of a watch, and
it sure is. I'd love it. I mean, if it's titanium and they had a matching sort, it looks like they got the titanium to sit kind of blue. I'm not sure how they.
They did it. They've done black. They've done regular titanium. They did a purple version of it. This was an edition of 200 pieces.
Are they heating it up in some way to get it the colorization on it?
Yeah, typically it's an anodization. Yes, that's heat. But I don't know if they're heat or if this is a chemical process to get the blue. But it's very cool, and this is I was shocked when I heard the price.
Oh, we'll break our rule. Hey Tim, how much did you pay for that?
So this was 2,900 euros.
So about 3,300.
Yeah, a little bit more than exchange.
And then were you there? So there was no duty on it because it was here, or what?
No, this came from Paris. Yeah, you have to pay.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to pay the dues.
So did you wear it in?
No, they shipped it to me DHL.
Oh, okay.
Against my better judgment, I have to say DHL and this, they actually worked well. I've had problems with DHL in the past.
They've gotten better.
Yeah.
They seem to have.
So
they've paid off the right customs people. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, DHL. My attorney's number is okay. Anyways, fantastic piece.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. It's
nice to see you with an NWA.
Yeah, and it's not a typical type of
new wrist accessory, new what?
New watch alert.
New watch.
I tend to go, as most people know, very classic. I love enamel dials and I love Roman numerals, and this is sort of the opposite end of the spectrum.
Departure for you.
Yeah,
definitely.
But it's a cool watch, and I the astronomical complication I just love.
Just hold it up to me and see how easy it is to read. Yeah, it's super easy. Yeah. You got to be looking down at it.
Yeah, as long as you're looking straight. Yeah.
It's a very convex.
Yeah, it's a dome. Big dome.
Big dome. Yeah, very nice. All right, so that was fun.
Yeah,
we haven't done that.
Oh, I know. Big moment.
Yeah, NWA, my favorite rap band. Okay. Questions from Daniel. Daniel from Poughkeepsie. Thanks, Daniel.
From where?
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
I think I'm saying it right.
Hi to Daniel.
Poughkeepsie. Why are Vacherin Constantin, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe considered the crown jewels of Swiss watchmaking? Fair question.
That question gets asked an awful lot, right?
It seems like there's varying answers. I would say my first answer is they're probably the three oldest. They've never shuttered. They've been consistent, and they've all followed sort of the Geneva seal. They were sort of the precursors to the Geneva seal. It seems to me.
Except Audemars is not based in Geneva; they're a Valet de Joux.
But they still followed those, all the screws needing blue.
Yeah.
And
so
bridges needing polishing and.
Yeah, I think historically speaking, those were the three companies, and to your point, that are still in existence today. Two of them are privately held. One is part of Richemont. That have consistently, and this is my point, consistently made very high quality and highly complicated pocket and then wristwatches.
So they're obviously history, tradition, heritage.
Yeah.
Horology. They all have a number of disciplines across any number of things.
Yeah.
Vacherin Constantin, owned by Richemont. Patek, obviously being independent.
The Stern family owns them, and AP still owned by members of the
Audemars family.
Yeah.
So, and that's great. I think that's wonderful. For me, if I'm going to rank them, and then we'll get to your ranking. It's my preference only.
Sure.
There's going to be arguments. Mr. K would argue with me. I'm going to go with Vacherin, not to be confused with Dr. K. Mr. K is some guy that I subscribe to. Mr. K, which is the finest movement? Finest movement is Patek Philippe. Okay, no. For me, finest is Vacherin.
Okay.
And also coolest. Sort of cool in the sense that it's a cross between really amazing, certainly top-notch watchmaking.
Yep.
But trying to stay cool to their DNA. Their DNA is a little all over the place, as we've talked about. But they seem to be trying to straighten that out. And it's their 270
anniversary.
Yeah. And they got some great stuff. And hopefully, when Mitch joins us on the next show, we'll talk about that watch. But that one watch that I say.
Yep.
But anyways, and then I would go Patek, and then I would go AP. As a matter of fact, for me, AP, I wouldn't even put them on the list for me.
Ouch.
I know, and I don't even. I can explain myself.
I'm sure you can.
They've hung their hat so heavy on the Royal Oak that it seems like that's the only watch they make. You have to really dig into their brand to see some of the other things that they make. Their traditional brands, their offset 12 o'clock watch and all that. I'm sorry, that's a Vacherin. I'm thinking about their millenary watches and a bunch of different things where
Code 1159.
Okay, very good. But those are. It's a brand that seems like. It seems to me the third crown jewel should be Jaeger-LeCoultre, and why they're not, I don't understand.
Are you talking Swiss?
Yeah, Swiss, and not just obviously Val de Joux. We won't draw a distinction between Val de Joux and Genève and all that. We'll just say Swiss branding.
Yeah.
It seems to me the JLC, if anything, they're the fourth crown jewel. And what Daniel wants to know is, why isn't Rolex part of the?
Why isn't Rolex?
Yeah, why isn't Rolex one of the?
Because Rolex is a tool watch.
I've seen some watches come from Rolex that aren't tool watches.
And, by the way, they make some very dressy, bejeweled tool watches. Oh, and by the way, they make some dressy watches called the Cellini line.
Yeah.
Or now they have a different name for them. But primarily, Rolex is a tool watch.
What do they call it now? The Cellini line. Isn't it still the Cellini line?
No, 1908 or something.
Oh, they've changed because.
But look, Wilsdorf, the guy that founded Rolex, was a very clever marketing guy.
And he was a British guy for those that don't know.
Well, he lived in England. He wasn't actually. Maybe he became British, but he was. Was he Swiss or was he German? Anyway,
he lived in England.
But he recognized there was a market for a watch that could withstand being underwater, could withstand the daily rigors of life, as opposed to a gentleman that had a pocket watch where you weren't going to go out and mess around in the farm, or farm would, do some work, heavy work, or you weren't going to go in the water. And there was
and you wouldn't F up your watch, I
Right.
guess. Yeah.
But they, the whole idea of the oyster case, or the water-resistant case, was Rolex the very first company to do that? Probably not. But Wilsdorf was a very clever marketer, and he realized that there was a market for it.
And he put it on a gold medalist swimmer who swam the English Channel.
All that stuff. They've always supported various different sports, and that.
But tool watch, to your point.
They're a tool watch.
Yeah. Like strapping one to the bathysphere and letting it go to the bottom of the ocean.
Very clever, clever, and and their watches.
But they sustain them. I mean, they survive. So it's not just clever marketing. It
is clever marketing, but also they've developed, continue to develop, and put money into their R&D, so that the watches today are significantly better than the watches of 20 years ago,
or just even 10,
50 years ago. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, if you took your sub-in or any watch of this ilk into service, and let's say it's 15 or 20 years old, and you're okay with them rebuilding the movement, they'll send you something back that won't need service for another 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
So.
And all as I say, I've said this very often, all the independent watchmakers that I work with, they all admire Rolex for the ability to make consistently million+ watches a year that actually do work, and that they've improved the technology in those movements, whether it's the new hairsprings and the materials they're using. I mean, they do invest the money there.
Oh, I mean, and to your point, even the watchmakers, but they're not
horology, which is what, for me, why Patek, Vacheron, and AP. People put them as the Holy Trinity, the crown jewels, whatever the term you want to say. Everybody likes to rank things, and I agree with you. I think Jaeger-LeCoultre, there are many watches from Jaeger's offerings that are every bit as good as any of those three watchmakers. And by the way, they made movements for those three brands.
That's exactly right, which I wanted
historically for forever.
Right. So when somebody, and I've said it on the show before, when somebody says, Scott, here's a Patek I like, I'm like, really? Let's go look at Jaeger-LeCoultre. And then they go, I never heard of that. Right. And I'll show it to them, and then, at least for me, and I'm big on DNA, I can see it, you and I could do this because we do this, but I can look at 50 watches whose name is scratched out on the dial.
Right.
And I can pick out every Jaeger period.
Okay.
Without fail.
And they make a lot of watches.
Shit ton.
In fact, we were just talking about that before.
Right. No, they make it, listen. They make
I
a shit ton.
I think they make too many.
Well, I
think they dilute the brand. And to your point, a lot of people don't recognize them. They're not aware of Jaeger because Jaeger hasn't had an AP Royal Oak, and again, we can go off on a tangent there. Patek has the Calatrava and it has the Nautilus, but Jaeger has, a watch which to me is Jaeger is a Reverso.
Reverso, yeah. I mean,
that's what I think.
But we've said on the show several times that every brand has its sort of iconic front ender. I mean, for Rolex, it's what? The GMT. You talk about the tool watch. For
Submariner, I'd argue.
The Sub and the GMT are the same fucking thing. I mean, come on. But yes, okay, fine. So,
but going back to Jaeger, the Reverso versus a Duometra or a Master, they're very different watches. By definition, a Reverso is rectangular.
And they're made by very different watchmakers.
Yeah.
So you're right. And to me, like you and I have talked about, the Duometra line is like something would come out of an FP Journe or this sort of a real independent Atelier that's only making maybe 70, 80 watches. That's a really complex undertaking for such a big brand.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I'm a big fan of the Duometra line. It's probably my favorite aspect of what Jaeger does. Yeah. And then at the sort of very sharp, pointy end of what Jaeger does, they make some incredible astronomical minute repeaters with chiming mechanisms, trebuchet chimes and tourbillons.
Tourbillons that move around a dial. I mean, which is like,
and they're remarkable. And so they sort of get looked over, and that's your point.
So we'll give them the fourth crown jewel because I mean we can say it, and I have to say,
But I'd add somebody else in there.
well, please.
And I look at brands. I look at Lange and Zollner. I mean,
But now we're out of the Swiss realm, because I would definitely.
why should it be?
Okay, so we're just going to talk crown jewels of watchmaking in general then.
Yeah,
Okay.
brands.
Okay, Lange and Söhne is above them all in my mind.
I don't think I could argue.
Okay, well then
I think I have a lot of agreement.
No,
But there's an aesthetic also. I happen to like it. Not everybody will like the German aesthetic versus the Swiss.
It's
slash
more
French.
angular. It's stronger. It's
Yeah.
not as traditional as you're usually drawn to.
No, but
Is it-
they definitely make some very traditional, beautiful watches, and I can name a couple of them that I lust after. But yeah, as a brand, Jaeger,
Lange and Söhne.
Lange and Zollner.
Yeah.
I mean Jaeger and Lange and Zollner were actually part of the same group, and they
They're
still are.
both Richemont.
Yeah. And at the beginning of Lange and Zollner's resurrection in whatever it was, '94, they actually weighed heavily on the technology coming from Jaeger.
And it seems like, to that point, as have some of the other brands within the fold. IWC
Sure.
enjoys a nice 8-day movement,
Yep.
courtesy JLC, Lange and Söhne. They've got some, I think they upgraded their
Well, the
perpetual calendar
Yeah, and
setup.
Well,
from
the big
JLC.
date. The big date.
The big date's always been their Saxon move. Is it
No, but that was Jaeger had there was technology coming from Jaeger for that.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what I've heard. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that makes sense. Why not? But to this day, the watch. I mean, why do I say that? The basic watches from Lange and Zollner, time-only watches, all have their own movement, whether it's an automatic or a manual wind, specific to that model.
Yes.
Whereas Patek and Vacheron will have an AP as well, will have a basic automatic or a basic manual wind movement, which they share across.
Yes.
And so that, to me, immediately elevated Lange and Zollner to a different level.
Gotcha. Because what those three are doing is an Omega move. Omega was the company to standard, this is going many years back, to standardize on a base movement.
Yeah,
And
makes
then
sense.
it makes a whole lot of sense. But what you're saying is it's actually a step up, though, to have a watch
Of course.
whose movement is specifically designed for that. And the other thing to mention about Lange and Söhne is, and a lot of people maybe don't even know this, the watch is constructed, deconstructed, and then reconstructed, reassembled. I should maybe use the word assembled better, and then shipped to the customer. It's been assembled twice.
Yeah. Well,
And so they assemble it, the watchmaker takes it down, and then they assemble it again, and then it goes.
Yeah. Now, the high level of Patek and Vacheron and AP, I'm talking high complication, multi complication, grand complication type watches, Patek and Jaeger, AP, Vacheron, and Lange and Zollner, to me, are all on a pretty similar level. And
Do you mean the high end where
Yeah.
the dials are hand painted and hand lacquered?
Well,
or do
no,
you
I'm
mean
talking
on
about
a
complicated. I'm
complicated?
talking about complications.
Okay.
So where they could be a tourbillon with a minute repeater and a perpetual calendar. These grand complication type watches that Patek is so well known for and celebrated for because they've been doing consistently for a long time. Vacheron has stepped up their game massively recently. AP's done it as well. Lange and Zollner, their high complication watches, I love them.
They're unparalleled.
And Jaeger, same thing.
Yeah.
Patek still probably has the number one spot because of who they are and because they've maintained this consistent brand and position.
Well, and to that point, I think and one thing that you're very focused on, their level of finish, even across the lower end lines, is very, very good.
On Patek?
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, it's good.
But on the higher end watches, it's off the chain.
Yeah, it's a different level.
Yeah, but we've seen this with a lot of brands, where they're lower end watches, and you and I were talking before the show. Even Jaeger-LeCoultre, their master, for example, just a master date, the basic watch about $6,000, I think. It's machine dialed.
Yeah.
The dial's made with a machine, right?
With the machine finishing and all that.
Whereas if you go up to their duometra line, anything over, say, the $37,000, $38,000 mark, all of a sudden it's a human being who did it.
Yeah, but there's still
Still a lot of
still a lot of
machine.
machine. Yeah,
All right.
there's not a lot of hand
Well, I mean,
finishing
it's
in
really,
those.
you have to kind of get down to the independent level to
Yeah.
really have the
Yeah.
artisan stuff. Okay,
So I don't know
so
if we answered that question. but
I don't know if we either, but
there's an awful lot to discuss on that, and everybody has an
and
opinion
it'll
about
never
it.
be done.
No, and everybody has an opinion about it, and I don't think anybody's right.
All right, so this guy's from Antwerp. Malik from Antwerp.
Okay.
Scott, what's your favorite watch brand? Well, we covered that question. So, large watch brand. He says, "What's our largest favorite watch major brand? What's our favorite? So, what's your favorite major brand?" Are we going with Long and Sona? I'm going with Long and Sona. I know that when I get my, here's to you, Malik. As soon as I get my Long and Sona, I know that I'm there. And when I have my Duometra and my Long and Sona, then I know I'm.
You don't. No, that's two.
That's just the two. And then once I have one of those two, it'll be okay. Anyways.
I think I'd have to go with Langanzona
Okay.
as a big brand for the reasons I stated, because their entry level stuff has their own movements, and that is not done anywhere else with any of the big brands.
Well, and also, I mean, they're trying to stay hip and relevant with Ulysses line and
Odysseus, you mean?
Odysseus line.
Yeah.
Did I say Ulysses?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking, I kind of got Nardin in my head for
Yeah.
some reason. Yeah, they're beautiful watches, and you can actually join the Long and Sona Club for just around $78,000.
What do you mean?
I think that's the least expensive of the.
Langanzona? No. Oh, you mean Odysseus?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, Odysseus. Yeah, but you can buy a time only
Oh,
Saxonia or something.
30.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
still, to join the club is 30. I'm just saying
Yeah.
when you get, even they have their lower end watches, but even then, still, the movement was made just for
Yeah.
that watch.
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
unique about the brand.
Yeah.
I think okay. So who's your favorite indie? I don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
how about give me 5 of your favorite indies. How about we do it that way for you, because and I'll do 3. You do 5.
and this is in no. I'm
There's
not.
no order.
I'm not ranking these in order.
No order.
I'm not ranking these in order
Don't hold it
because
on.
these guys are friends of mine,
That's
and I
right.
respect all of their work.
Well, all the guys that I'm going to name are friends of mine, but I hope I don't get shouted down.
Vianney Hall. Peter Speak Marin. Oh, Peter Speak as he is now. Sorry, Peter.
Okay.
Vianney Halter, Marco Lang, Roman Gautier. I don't have a favorite. There's no way, because each one of these guys has individual, unique abilities that some of them share, but they don't. They all have their own aspect that I find intriguing, compelling, charming. Blah blah.
That should make sense, Malik, because he's not saying Roger Smith. He's not saying. I mean, we could just go on and on and
But
on.
I know Roger, and Roger does exquisite work as well.
Right. So, like when anybody wins an Oscar, they always forget to say somebody's name, or they forget to thank somebody.
Kari Voutilainen. I mean, Kari's.
That would be where I would start. So he'd be
Yeah.
my first favorite
Yeah.
independent.
Kari's amazing.
So Kari Voutilainen, so I'll take over.
Yeah,
So
you- up to
Kari
you.
Voutilainen would be my first independent, and a friend, obviously. I love Ludovic Ballard.
Great.
Great
Lovely guy.
watchmaker. The only thing I would say about Ludovic is let's see something new, Ludovic.
Okay.
We've had 3. We've had 2. We've had Upside Down and Halftime, which are clever, and he still sells them, but nothing innovative
Okay.
since then. I as far as the independents go,
Andrea Strehler for me is another one I'm going to throw.
I think he's fantastic. He
Yep.
wouldn't be at the top of my list to drop that kind of coin, but I'm going to have to say Ferdinand Berthoud, which
Yeah, but
even though
that's
they're
not a-
sponsored by a big brand, but that doesn't count.
No, doesn't count. Not for me. Sorry.
Okay, let me see where I can go. Okay, listen, the game show buzzer, fine. I won't have to add it to the
Great
track.
watches. No, again, not throwing shade. Not throwing shade.
You're not throwing shade.
No, they're fantastic watches, but they're not an independent.
Sure
I think of an independent as an artisanal independent watchmaker or watchmaking, maybe duo.
So they take nothing from anybody.
No, it's not. They don't take anything. It's the fact that it's one person
Because even Grubel is in the Richemont house. a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
they're in it because it was Robert Grubel and Stephen Forsey who conceptually designed all those watches, and then they built them.
And they built movements just for those watches.
Yeah, but they designed it themselves. Ferdinand Batude is a collaborative effort, like all the great Patek, Vacheron, AP, all these brands we were talking about. It's a collaborative effort. It's not one person designing that watch. And Ferdinand Batude was a brilliant watchmaker of old, but the company today is a company producing exquisite watches. But it's a collaborative effort, and that's the traditional Swiss watch industry. Nothing wrong with it, but if people don't understand that, they should, because it's different. Well, that's why Carré Voutelaine or Philippe Dufour or Vianney, or what they did was revolutionary almost, because to have that one person not only design a watch conceptually, but also be able to make it, and oh, by the way, it aesthetically looks good. Obviously, the aesthetics is slightly personal, versus your traditional team effort, if you will, where you've got a group of brilliant engineers who understand the math and physics, and will be able to design a movement or complications. And then on the other side, different group of people who have the other side of the brain, if you will, who do the aesthetics and who can conceive of the shape of the hands, the style of the dial, the case design, how the lugs fit.
Yeah, but sometimes that becomes like a think tank. That becomes
And they make great watches.
We're going to have a bunch of people in and survey what they want. So okay,
Correct.
I'll adjust. I'll say Journe. I'll go with FP Journe.
Okay, fine. Can't argue with that.
All right. So
Francois Paul he's cemented himself, and I mean, I was avidly following the auction in Geneva yesterday.
What a result!
Yeah, I mean,
Unbelievable.
2.7 million Swiss for an early resonance.
A resonance, which is, for you guys don't know, it's 2 balance wheels.
Yeah.
And it's actually, unlike the Armin Strom piece, which is really cool, this is an acoustic resonance. As a musician, I saw a demonstration of this when I was a young musician learning how to play to a metronome. I had a music teacher set up a bunch of metronomes in the front of the room. She set them all to the same, about, I guess, 96, 98.
I can't wait to ask a question.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And then she started them, and within about a minute, they'd all found their synchronization. Ask the question.
That's acoustic resonance?
That's acoustic resonance. It's based on the air movement around. Acoustic means air.
I thought it was sound waves.
It's the same idea. Acoustic sound waves. It's all based. Sound waves are how they're moving the air. So when, as a drummer, when a drummer comes up and goes, "Dude, that's a cool cymbal," I go, "It can really move some air."
Yeah.
It's a big hunk of metal that if you strike a certain way, the waves that come off of it are very intense.
Got it.
Okay? Same exact concept, that the acoustic resonance of these arm swing, which is different than a balance wheel.
Yeah.
Inside of a watch.
Right.
But it's the same concept that eventually
Here's the question.
sync up. Okay.
And you may not know this.
I may not.
The question, and so maybe an unfair question, if those, what do you call those, the metronomes were in a vacuum, would they still go into resonance?
They would.
Okay, so this is what brings
me to my point. Because they're using an acoustic, they're still moving, even in a vacuum, they're still moving. They're creating, even if there's no movement in air in a vacuum, something moving back and forth will create things to move acoustically.
But I thought metronomes make a noise, don't they? Go that tick.
They do click back and forth. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so here's why I'm bringing this up.
But if you listen, if you had a microphone down tight in that Journe watch, that resonance watch, you'd hear.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's the potentially upsetting moment.
Yeah, pose it.
The Journe. It's not a question. I know this. The Journe resonance in a vacuum isn't. The balance wheels are not resonant. They do not stay in resonance. Spoiler alert.
So you're saying that the case.
Yeah, I'll back this up by. Yeah. I have this on very good authority from Vianney Halter.
Okay.
Who's a friend of Francois Paul's, and he put one of FP Journe's resonance watches in a vacuum to see
To prove.
to prove to himself that the resonance in that watch is not acoustic. It's purely the two balance wheels are so close together that the molecules of air are what put them into resonance.
Molecules of air.
Yeah. So take the molecules of air away, i.e. a vacuum, you then don't, and then it's not in resonance.
Okay, well,
Which
I
is
can't.
why Vianney Halter's resonance watch works in a vacuum. Because it truly is what he calls acoustic resonance. And that means the sound, the waves of the balance wheels transfer through a piece of metal because they're connected through a stud, basically. The two balance wheels. So Vianney's balance wheels sit on top
And
of
is
each other.
driving a single train, is what you're saying.
No, they're on separate pinions
Okay.
or separate arbors, but they go into resonance because that resonant the concept of resonance is that two objects moving close together, same weight, same design, will go resonant.
The same is true of metronomes swaying back and forth,
Right.
irrespective of the click sound that they make every time they come back and forth.
Right.
Again,
We're going way off the deep end here.
sorry, it's called watch geek time, not dipshit time. So yeah, this idea is the same. It's acoustic resonance.
But
If I mean, I don't know about.
I need to do some.
I don't know about Jorn's watch not working in a vacuum. It seems like the inside of the watch is a vacuum, but
No, it's not. It's
we'll
got-
revisit it.
No, it's. I mean, and
Well, then they're purposely filling it with air so that it has. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
And you're saying that the two, and also we're talking about balance wheels, not.
Right.
This is more of a pendulum thing, as opposed to two balance wheels.
Right,
The
but
concept is the same.
yeah, but the reason the Journe resonance watch goes into resonance is because those two balance wheels are so close to each other.
It's a little more complex than that.
Okay, well then we can argue with Vianney because he's.
Then we have to have Vianney on the show with a translator because I want to know what the motherfucker he's talking about.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
To
be continued.
To be continued.
Why do we go off on that tangent?
I don't know.
Nah.
We were talking about F.P. Journe,
Oh, yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, superb. Love his chronometer optimum. That's my favorite
it's-
Journe watch.
The watch is that the one made out of aluminum or
Nope, this is it's a chronometer with a remontoire system, and on the back the second hand runs backwards. It's highly precise. It's brilliant.
Is it tourbillon or is it
Nope.
just it's observatoire though?
Yeah, it's a highly precise chronometer movement, and it's just a cool watch. It's probably not on most people's radar. Everybody goes for the resonance or the tourbillons, which are cool in their own right, but for me the chronometer optimum is the watch.
It's the one with but what about the tourbillon with the remontoire?
Yeah, that's cool, and he did a remarkable
He's insane.
remarkable job. I mean, there's hats off to Journe. He's
Hats off.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's sleeping with the masters. All right, so you want to show us a couple things that you have that if we're going to get into a part of this show where Tim's going to show you some stuff that he's got available for you.
Oh, yep.
Unless you had something else you wanted to say about metronomes in a vacuum.
We're done with that. Long done with that. Do we want to talk about the Indies New York?
Oh, why don't spend a few minutes, tell us about that, and you talk about it. I'll add the pictures, but I got some pictures here
Yeah.
that I'll dive into real quick. Let me put these up for us.
Yeah, so that-
and you just talk about each one I bring up, okay?
Got it.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
let me get. Here is. So
And we can-
here's our guy.
So yeah, this is my old friend Stepan Sarpaneva, the Finnish watchmaker, and this is his latest watch, if you will, but it's a derivative of one of his first watches, probably not his first watch, but called the Supernova, which for me got me interested in his watches. So the original watch has a case very similar to this. It's not exactly the same.
How would you describe the case?
It's like a cog out of a
It
motorcycle.
looks like a motorcycle cog.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and that was the
Okay.
inspiration for it.
Okay.
Now, the original watch had a moon phase, a date, and what else did it have? I think, and it was sort of semi-skeleton. This watch has the moon phase, but in a level that was nothing like the original watch, and it's brilliant. This moon phase, you've seen this moon, double moon, on many of his watches over the years, and this is the new supernova case that he's designed and developed. And it's brilliant. Those moons are white gold, and they rotate around. So there's difficult to see in this image, but there's a circle down at 6 o'clock, which reveals the full moon. So that's probably at about a quarter moon?
Quarter moon, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
and again, you've got two moons, and this is a perfect example of the classic moon phase in watches and pocket watches for years, that have 59 teeth on a wheel, because the moon phase is about 29 and a half days, give or take a few minutes here and there.
Mhm.
But you can't have a half tooth, so they put two moons on one wheel that has 59 teeth, and that way you can.
that way you get the full cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So going back here, I just wanted to point something out. And you're big on finishing, and it looks like his screws are purposely sort of marked there.
No, that's just photo. It's just this.
It's just a
the
photo.
lighting.
It's
a
not-
lighting.
it's not
We were
some-
sitting in a cafe. And
It's not some finish thing that he's doing.
No, they're just the lighting in that cafe was
And I'll
abominable.
point one more thing. I'll take us off.
Yeah.
I'm going to point out the cool hands. So
Yeah.
look, check out the hands that are
Sort of
open,
skeletonized.
skeletonized with
Yeah.
right, super
Yeah.
super cool. And speaking of which, is super cool. That's like a self-portrait of the watchmaker.
Well, yeah,
so he
that's
kind of sees himself like
Yeah.
that. I mean,
He's known for the moon, the man in the moon, Stepan. This is the back. So this shows it calls it a turbini. It's sort of there's a grate, if you will, on the back, and then behind that sits the rotor that rotates. So,
the rotor's underneath it, right?
yeah, yeah. So it gives it a sort of turbine look. Looks like a jet engine, if you will. And that was on the original watch. So this is again an updated version of that. Here we go to another
Should I get
watchmaker.
to the dial first before we?
Sure. Yeah, there we go. This is Clanic. It's a new brand that a friend of mine, very good watchmaker, Philippe Nabel, has created with his family, essentially, his wife and kids. And it's maybe a more affordable brand. They've taken a basic Swiss movement. I think it's some sort of, I think it's a Valjoux movement, manual wind. And then they've added, right, you can see in the middle, that center wheel bridge. And that piece is, they get the piece solid from their supplier, and then they hand carve, meaning they drill a hole in it, pierce it with a jeweler's saw blade, and cut out those shapes.
The three pieces that are cut out
the three
here?
openings, and then they hand finish. Because Philippe is known for his incredible hand finishing,
Right.
beveling,
And look at the
anglage.
beveling there. It's
Yeah.
really, that can't be easy, that
Yeah.
middle piece.
It's hours. It's hours of work. And again, this picture is taken in pretty poor lighting at this show.
Yeah, but your iPhone did okay.
Yeah. So that's
Is
what.
that a
so-
prototype, or is that?
No, these were the original. Well, they may have been prototypes. This one and the other one at the show,
Uh-huh.
and they're going to make a small series of these. And I forget if it's 30 pieces or something at a reasonable price. It's under 20,000 Swiss.
Oh,
because
that's pretty good. Is it, or
16.
do you think I could give you 10 and I got to wait a year to give you 10, or is they got them ready to go?
No, I think you're probably going to have to wait a little bit of time, but I don't think they're going to take that long for that.
I like what they've done on the barrel here. That's
Yeah.
nice.
So two dials. There's a grey and a sort of salmony colored
see what we
dial,
got. We
and the
got this
dial's
one.
also cool. So check out the dial. It's waves. It looks like
Is it actually waved?
yeah,
or is it
absolutely.
just the graining of
It's
it?
three-dimensional.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's very cool. Hands,
What's the process on that?
no idea. Actually, I don't know. The
And you kind
hands.
of get. I'm just getting. Do they have to heat it to get it to ripple like that, or what?
No,
are
I'm
they bend it on the machine?
I
maybe?
imagine it comes out of a machine like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a cool watch, and that's the other dial. So
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah,
Looks like a sandbox.
yeah. It's kind of got that ripple effect. It looks like you've dropped something in a pond.
I hope nobody comes up with the word "high" in front of it.
Why?
Well, how do you say their name?
Clanic?
High clonic?
Clanic?
High clonic?
Yeah, why? What do you
I
say?
know that's when they clean you out from the inside.
That's a colonic.
Oh, sorry. I'll never get that wrong again. Oh, thank you for playing along.
Right.
What do we
Okay,
got?
so here, this is...
I know this.
yeah.
Go for it.
So this is the gentleman I was speaking about earlier from Connecticut, Love Hunter. His full name is Lavelle, and this is his first watch. What's cool about this watch is, number one, it's made by one guy, actually. Him and his son helped him with some of the finishing, but he designed this watch many years ago, and he's now putting into the real world his own watch. It's titanium.
It is titanium. Okay.
Well, yeah, and the whole thing's titanium.
Movement too?
Yeah.
Fucking A. Okay.
Titanium wheels in the escapement. He uses.
How does he? Okay, go ahead.
Because he's a brilliant machinist.
Must be.
So this is a jump hour. So right now you're pointing right there. So this is a prototype piece. It's 3 o'clock, right? 3:11. 3:11. Yeah. Seconds, sub-seconds up there. He loves the jump hour mechanism, and what he's done is he's developed his own jump hour mechanism, and he's making his own watches. And this is the prototype piece that I got to handle. I saw parts of this back in August, and I was not allowed to take photographs because he was adamant that he did not want anything out there before this watch was being shown in New York a couple of weeks ago in October.
Did he have his own booth, or?
Yeah, I was there to help him. And
you were there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there with him.
Yeah, I'm helping him, working with him.
How many does he have?
This is it. This is a prototype piece. This is titanium. He's also going to do the same watch in solid 18 karat gold.
Oh, he is.
With a gold movement.
And the crown is staying the crown. It's beefy crown.
Yeah, crown, and it's all titanium. He makes everything himself. The dial, hands, movement.
Everything. So if he
he doesn't make the hairspring. He doesn't make the balance spring. The mainspring.
He can't make a hairspring. I'm not interested. Okay, so. Speaking of this, go ahead.
This is very much a prototype, but the style of the finishing, he didn't want to put any finishing materials on top of the titanium. He wanted to show the raw titanium. So the
which is sort of the Oxen Junior way of going.
Yeah, a little bit, and a little bit like the early my Keaton Myrick piece.
Very good idea.
Yeah.
Where's he from again? I'm so sorry.
He's in Connecticut.
He's in Connecticut.
In Derby, Connecticut.
Okay.
So what's the difference between this watch and what it will be serially produced is that the I'm pointing it over.
Yeah. I'll get out of the way.
Yeah. The jump hour is going to be a bigger opening. This was it is a little small, and
you answered my question.
Yeah.
It's small. Yeah.
It's going to be in a more of a rectangular opening, and it's about 200% bigger.
200% bigger. So since it's his own design, it's not some.
He went back to drawing.
It's not like a Dupree thing. So because it's his own gizmo, he can make this huge if he wants, maybe.
Yeah, but he's not
just
going to
the energy it's going to take to pop it over.
Yeah, and he's already redesigned it. I was on the phone with him. He showed me the parts. He's already done this. This was
a discussion you had with him, but he'd already been thinking about it.
And many of the people that came by the show gave
this
him
is
feedback.
Too fucking small. That's
Yeah.
what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
he listened. If you go,
Smart.
yeah. So keep going because there's a few pictures of this. But
Sure.
Here's the movement. There may be a better shot.
A better shot next. Let me go to the next shot.
So this is his own movement. Keep going. I threw it. That one there. If you get us out of the way.
Yeah.
So again, this is his own movement. There's nothing in this watch. He's designed his own balance wheel, and again, for me, that's always a true test of a watchmaker.
Of what he can do. So he's got his own balance wheel, but he only got the bottom of the hairspring from whoever.
Yeah, the hairspring and the mainspring.
So that's fun. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, so the strap and the spring is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at how plain. I mean, it's like German.
Yeah.
Almost.
But it's all titanium, except you can see the wheels of the first and the third wheel. Those are
those gold.
No, those are brass,
Okay.
and they have to be for what he's doing because of the
tolerance.
the tension and tolerance.
Yeah.
The barrel.
The piston probably wouldn't sit very nicely.
Well, and the barrel is also steel as well.
Okay.
That has to be steel, and
right.
because of you got the power of that mainspring when it's fully wound. Steel is harder than titanium, so you need that.
So you'll lose the teeth if it's tight. The teeth
yeah.
that can't take the tolerance.
Yeah.
So the mainspring.
He's building this for longevity. I mean, so many watches. Okay, I can get myself in trouble here. There are a lot of people buying watches, collectors, savvy, smart collectors spending not a lot of money on a watch. What I say about spending under $1,000 on a a micro brand, let's say, that's a mechanical watch. What happens when that mechanical watch needs servicing? Because they all do. Are you going to spend the $600-700 to service it? No, you're not. What are you going to do? Throw it away? That I hate. But
that's a hard thing.
Yeah, I can't abide by that.
You know, the idea when Martin and I were talking about building the movement brand,
Mhm.
or even still pushing out our own watches, when a watch would come in for repair, it would just be supplied with a new movement. It was
Yeah.
not going to be a service piece of business, because
Right.
it seemed to make more sense, especially for the sub $1,000 watch, to your point.
And maybe that's the way it goes, but are people going to ship a watch back to whoever makes it, or are those owners of those micro brands just simply going to plop in a brand new movement? Maybe, and maybe that's the way it works.
They have to look at their own economics. You know, when the meal comes to, when the $1,000 meal comes to the table, and I didn't like my Wagyu, you better believe I'm sending it back.
Right. But
So I mean, if we're talking about some kind of artisan piece of work,
but they're not artisan. That's my point,
But
and
this
that's
is-
okay. But are you okay? I guess as a collector, buying a product that essentially you're going to throw away.
if you're a collector, you're probably
Unless-
not buying $1,000 watch.
No, they do. I belong to collector groups, and I see guys that own Rolex Patek APs,
I
and
mean,
then yet,
look, I wear my titanium Casio on the show. I mean,
yeah, right. So you're
Yeah, I have no.
But I'm talking
not
about-
throwing that thing out, is what I'm
no,
saying.
because you can put a battery in it.
That doesn't even take a battery. If it took a battery, I wouldn't have bought it.
It's got the
It sits and has
solar.
to sit in the sun. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. But a
How dare you?
But a mechanical micro brand that's a cool looking watch that has a either Japanese or Chinese or maybe a very inexpensive Swiss.
So
or German.
you've got one. Let's just talk about your Seiko, your turtle,
Yeah.
or whatever they want,
Yeah.
your blue turtle,
Yeah, yeah,
or your
yeah.
orange turtle,
Yeah.
whatever. It's a watch you can get for less than $1,000, $500-600, I
Right.
think.
Right.
So if it goes south, what are you going to do?
Well, I know enough watchmakers. I can probably get it serviced.
That's fine, but you're not.
No, I know. I absolutely.
Okay, so am I throwing out my $500-600 Seiko? Fine.
No.
I know what I'm doing with it. I'm sending it to Seiko and saying, guys, take care of this. And they're probably sending me a minuscule bill,
Yeah.
like $100.
Really?
I
Okay.
think.
Okay. We'll find out.
I've had a turtle serviced. It was
Yeah.
$100,
Okay.
120.
Where was it done? Here in the U.S.
No, it might have gone to Dallas. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
I don't think it went to like Tokyo, if that's what you mean.
Right.
But
Well, we'll find out.
but-
That's a fair question.
because if you're going to talk about something like this, and this thing's got a problem, he's the only guy who can deal with it.
Well, no, any
what
competent,
you're saying.
any competent watchmaker can service a watch like this. There's nothing in there that's unusual, other than the fact it's titanium.
So
here's a schematic of.
So he could show this. So you're right. It's not complex at all.
No.
Where's the module for the jump?
If you, I may not have included. Yeah, it's on the other side of the movement, so I may not have included it. Yeah, I didn't.
We'll come
Okay.
back to that one.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's
So this is the main platine.
yeah traditional, and that's the wheel train.
So he's following a traditional.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it can be just worked
Yeah.
on.
But
I wonder if
he's conceived this all himself, and he makes it all himself. There's no CNC, no CAD. He has.
He did this in something CAD. He didn't do this with his hands.
No, sorry. This is So CAD, but he's no CNC. So he's designed this in a program, probably in a CAD. Sorry, not
SolidWorks or
yeah,
some shit.
but no CNC. There's no CNC.
So how's he cutting these? How's he
on a
cutting the
lathe?
platine?
On a lathe.
So he cuts. He
And
cuts
lathe
this.
and a mill. He has. And
So he mills this platine.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a really good machinist. So
Okay, that's fucking.
So I've
impressive.
written an article. It's on my website,
Yeah.
Independent in Time, about my visit, and you can see pictures of the machines. He has 2 lathes,
IndependentinTime.com.
3 lathes, 4 lathes.
IndependentinTime.com.
Yeah, and he also has 2 mills, and this is what he works on. I've been there, and this is how he builds his watches.
Tremendous.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
All right, let's talk about these guys because we're
Moving forward.
going to move forward.
This is another watchmaker. This is Dan Reuter. I met Dan, super nice guy, originally from the former Soviet Union, Russia, and
looks like tremblage to me, but you'll call it
frosting.
You'll call it frosting.
Yeah. Beautiful. He makes his hands,
Fantastic.
makes a dial.
The hands are fantastic.
Yeah, and he's in New York, super nice guy. Again, the movement on this is a basic movement.
What's he taking? ETA that he's modified?
I think it's an ETA, not even modified at this point.
He just throws it in there that way. So,
but like all these guys, he's working on his own movement. But
sure.
in the meantime, he's got to sell a few watches, so he uses a good movement.
Each one numbered.
Yep.
Plaque is changed for each one. Or is it just always 1 to 25?
I don't know.
So sort of
it
a
may
Keaton,
well be one of
Keaton thing.
Yeah, maybe. No, this may just be each one is 1 of 25. I don't think he has 2, 3, 4. Maybe.
I like the crown.
Yeah, beautiful hands, great work, and
Backside?
that's a movement. Yeah, nothing hugely special.
Yeah.
No, he actually took that out.
Does he even do anything to
No,
it?
there's nothing. No.
Except put his name on it.
No, I don't even think this has his. Yeah, this one has his name on it. He had a couple with him that one didn't even have his name on it. Okay, so this is I think it's Albert Rommel.
These are the boys that
the two
turned
French.
you on to?
Yeah, two French. You didn't turn me on to them. You sent me a picture.
You did not know who they were.
You sent me a picture after the fact.
Oh, for a second I thought I had done something good. Okay.
No, you did. Well, you identified an interesting looking watch.
Yeah.
So, two young guys. They're both 24 years old. Came out of the Morteau school in France, which is near Besançon. Produced a lot of great watchmakers. Time only, with an exposed barrel and exposed balance wheel. Nicely finished.
What do you call this thing that they got going on up here?
The dial?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they call it, but it's done with a sort of graving tool, and it's random. Each one is going to be slightly different.
It's a piece of metal that they take a scratching pen to or whatever they do there.
It's probably a little bit more complete.
Probably.
But anyway, and then here's the back of the movement.
Fantastic.
Lovely finishing. Again, nothing hugely unusual other than the fact that it's open work. But just to,
But the bridges are super cool.
Yeah, their own design of.
What do you think of the finish that we're seeing?
Finishing is very nice. Absolutely. Nothing to argue against the finishing. And then this is this is our first
0
effort.
out of 14 they're going to make? Okay.
My titanium case.
Boy, it's really a trendy thing, this titanium. I'm happy to see it. It's my thing.
Yeah. 72,000 Swiss francs.
Get two, they're small. Do you think they're going to get 72, or did they already sell a bunch?
Well, they claim they've pre-sold a few of them. So we'll see. Nice guys, obviously talented, the fact they can do this. I suspect, I don't know this for a fact, but I suspect they have some investment behind them to come out of the gate with this type of watch.
I thought they were like Jorn boys or something for some reason. Like they'd won some contest at Jorn, and this was...
Well, that would give them some, that would have given them some...
Give them like the seed money.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know enough. But very nice guys.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. The next watch is...
They got a tough field to go with, don't they? I mean,
they're up against a lot.
Yeah.
This is the 1776
amazing.
Atelier.
Look at
This might be termed an open dial, a skeleton dial.
Okay.
Jason has developed this movement. The movement is based on a Unitas, the architecture, the wheel train, but the watch is fantastic. There's a lot of hand finishing. So this skeleton dial, which I'll point
here.
out.
Let me put you in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So all this open work, this comes from Zach's machine shop in Ohio. The bevels are
So this like thing that we'll call the dial.
Yeah, it's an open dial.
Yeah.
There's 2 layers to it.
Okay.
But they come from Zach's workshop.
Because we got the barrel here.
Yeah. Behind it, that's finished. That's snailing done on the barrel. Jason does in his workshop in Texas. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another American-made beauty, but a Unitas.
Yeah, the basics of a Unitas is the wheel train.
Okay.
And there are some pictures of the back, but all the finish, all the bevel, all these angles, all these edges right here, the inner angles.
Are they hand done?
They're hand finished. Now
Impressive.
the piece comes out of the CNC machine with the bevel in place. So he's not starting from an edge and then then bending it, bending it, but filing
So
it
the
down.
machine's making this cut,
Correct.
but somebody's going in and after.
Yes, with the really fine grit sandpaper, and then the gentian wood and the polishing compound
Sure.
to make it.
So in the Swiss tradition,
Yeah,
really, with
absolutely.
the fancy ass toothpick.
Yeah.
So it is really artisan. I'm not sure I like that part of it, but I get the branding part of it.
Well,
it's got the Roman numerals you like too. Look at that.
Jason is a huge history buff. Of
Oh,
American
it's got
history.
got a.
Yeah.
Here's another version.
Yeah, no, same watch, just different lighting.
Is it a black? Am I seeing a black polish thing going on?
Yeah, there's black. There's all sorts of beautiful finishing on the inside of the
No
parts, of the
kidding.
components. Yeah.
So
He
we got a
makes-
small seconds.
Makes the hands himself. Yeah,
The hands are cool. I like
Yeah.
the swords.
yeah. Or rather, finishes the hands himself. Again, I think Zach makes the
somebody
hands.
else is making
Yeah,
them.
Zach makes the hands, I believe. Here's the movement. And again, there's a lot of hand finishing on this movement. Maybe again,
Here, so let me-
lighting is pretty atrocious.
Let me see if we have. Do we have another one? That's your new.
Yeah.
So here, I'll try to get us in, and then I'll bring us on, and you point some stuff out here.
Yeah. So here's the balance wheel. There's even solarizing on that ring around the jewel.
On the chaton.
Well, it's not. It's just
Cap.
it holds the jewel.
Yeah.
This double snailing right here. There's also double snailing over here that
Yeah.
Jason does on the steel parts of the barrel and the crown wheel. That's all done. That plaque is, that's gold plated. I believe it's not solid gold. That's the serial number of the watch.
Oh, so that's a unique thing to each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't read it from
Let
here.
me see if I can get us in there.
Yeah. I might have to cheat and look at my
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
See if you
cheat
can look it up on your phone there.
while we're.
Because I
Yeah.
can't see it, and I don't think I can turn it on the iPad.
Yeah, that was the poor angle that I shot it at. Let's see, is it? It refers to. Oh no, that's a plaque that says 1776.
Oh, it
So,
says. It
yeah.
looks nice on your phone.
Yeah.
Huh.
That I didn't give you the right photograph.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
Different
Well,
one.
it says 1776.
But again,
put that photograph up, and then I'll pop it into the show.
I'll send it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send it to you after.
Okay.
But again, all the bevels and that's all hand polished by Jason in Texas, in his workshop in Texas.
Fantastic.
And assembled there.
What's
the main?
what's the ASCII on this beauty?
These are, I think, around 18,000, and he sold 5 of them at the show. So it's a lot of watch, and
Congratulations,
yeah,
bud.
no, he did well. And Jason's, he's a real deal. I've met him before the show. He's doing some great stuff, and
Can he deliver these, or is it a what do we got? I mean, if I say
yeah. No, they're coming. The first ones are coming in December, I think.
But he's the only cat. He's the only one doing the
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah,
assembly and everything.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he does. He does hand engraved. So he has other watches as well. The slightly more simple. This is called Montpellier, and all the watches are named after homes, I think, of former presidents of the U.S. So the box is.
So he's the history buff.
He's an
part
absolute.
of it.
Yeah, he loves.
And the box has
Yeah.
got the story
It's
of
made
the
of
house.
wood. Yeah, it's
Is it
wood. It's wood from one of the.
from the forest behind the
Correct.
the
from one-
villa of,
yeah.
of this fallen American hero.
Yeah.
That's
President.
very cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So that was that. I don't.
Is
think
he a guy that if somebody likes
Yeah,
this, they
I'm-
can contact
Yep.
you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm working with him, and these are exciting watches, and and as I love to help promote American watchmaking.
Oh, I know.
because
I mean,
yeah.
we've seen a couple of Americans today,
Yeah.
so it's fantastic. Let's get down to what you got.
So I've got a couple.
We got a
pieces-
couple. Tim's got a couple pieces that are available now.
Yeah,
So-
these there's a couple of
Should you get
watches
that
that
in
that weren't
there?
available prior to this one. This one actually is on hold, but I just showed you because it's a really cool watch. It's Vacheron Constantin,
Look at that. What year is that, Tim?
1946.
1946, and look at it's running perfectly.
The lugs are remarkable. this is almost 80 years old. And the dial, it's this is when the dial, so these dials, the writing and the railroad track is actually black enamel. And so over the years,
I'm just gonna because I don't want people to think that the 2 is, there you go, do it like that.
got it.
Yeah. That's
Arabics,
perfect, and they're all applied.
yeah, Arabics applied, gold numbers. And the case is great. The other thing that collectors love to see, if we can zoom in on it, is the hallmark, and that's reflecting right now, so we can't see it. But
There
right,
it is.
yeah, right there. So I'll point that with my. So right here, that's the Swiss hallmark on the case. So that the definition of this is fantastic. It shows that the watch has not been overly polished.
Yeah.
Or polished a lot. And so for a
The
watch,
hallmark's 80 years old.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you can see it. It's crystal clear with a loop. You can see it. It's not.
And that was the thing with Swiss watchmaking to authenticate the material.
That tells you that it's 18 karat gold.
Gotcha.
So it's hallmarked by a separate
Yeah.
group. So that's that watch.
All right, that one. If you like that one, give Tim a call.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
This one is IWC. I think I've shown this here.
We've seen this one on the. Just look
This
at
is yellow
that.
gold,
Fantastic.
but lovely. This is 1950s vintage. Again, applied battens, which are lovely. The are original hands, original dial. If you look with a loop on this, there's a few little tiny marks on the dial. But what's really trick is look at those lugs.
Teardrop.
Yeah,
Look at that.
oversized, and it's great.
Super cool.
Yeah,
Well, it's vintage, so I mean, it's going to be part of the charm is the fact that it's got these micro scratches on it.
yeah, a little
It's
bit
in remarkably
from the
good shape.
people have opened it poorly and they've scratched the back a bit.
Yeah.
But that could be polished out. I haven't bothered. It has a caliber 88 for watch movement nerds. IWC caliber 88 is a great movement, beautiful hand wound movement.
What's this? Is this it's called the is it from the engineer?
Nope.
Or
No,
before they had families.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know when the engineer I think was introduced in the 60s or 70s. So this is prior to that.
We got another one?
The other watch I'll show, which I wasn't going to sell this watch, but I've decided
Well, let's
other
show it
watch-
first before you charge it up there. Let's do that.
So this is
This
a
will be kind of dramatic here.
yeah, this is a Harbring. I can zoom out a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
This is an edition of watches that I commissioned from a previous business, and this is called the Chrono COS ZM. That stands for COS stands for Crown Operated System, and then the ZM stands for Zentral Minutes, meaning there's no traditional pushers. It's a chronograph.
Zentral is central. I guess
Central,
the
yeah.
Austrian
Yeah, it's German
or German
for central.
Yeah.
So you've got the orange hands. There's two of them. So we're going to start the
Yeah,
watch.
start it so you can see because.
So I just turned the crown one click.
So if you want a second hand, as I was looking at this thing earlier, if you want a second hand, you got to have the. You got to have this, but you don't.
You don't want it running all
Right,
the time.
yeah.
That's not good for a chronograph to run.
No.
No.
Is that how I ruin all of mine?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have a vertical clutch, I'm told.
Oh, my Speedmaster has no problem running all the time.
Maybe.
Okay.
So right here you've got at 12 o'clock right now, the aeroplane hand, as I call it.
Right.
Other brands have used this, people like Tutima, Sin, and so forth. This is a 60-minute counter for your stopwatch. So that rotates slowly around the outer dial. And so you do not have a minute counter for this watch. You don't have an hour counter for your chronograph. So you can count up to a minute, 60 minutes.
60 minutes, but you don't have any sub-dials, obviously.
Right. So now you can see
It'll move.
Yeah, you can see that it's sweeping slowly, and now it's over at 1. So that's 1 minute, right there. 1 minute.
No. Oh, it didn't jump. It
sweeps
made
slowly.
It's on a wheel.
It's not an instantaneous jumper, and it goes round and round and round. Yeah, this is But the crown operated system is trick
Very
because
trick. Yeah.
on the back you can see right here. If I zoom in, actually there's a plastic on the back because I've never worn this watch, but it's right there, and it's if I operate it, you'll see
You
it
see the
move.
clutch go. There it is. Yeah.
And that's a cam. It's a cam system. So right there, backwards and forward. That's starting and stopping it. Right.
And then the full twist resets it.
Yeah, against a spring resets it back. So we'll. Oh, I stopped it. Okay, let's keep going. To show people. So
Yeah.
So basically, you to stop it, you turn it one click, that stops it. Start it. You can start and stop it over and over again, as many times as you want.
And then
to reset, you go against the spring firmly, and I'm going to hold the watch. It just resets everything back.
Flies all the way back.
And then the other trick thing about this watch, which is, we were talking about earlier, but I think it's pretty charged. We're going to just turn the light off.
Oh yeah, let's do that. So charge her up.
It's already.
I'm going to go
reached.
turn the light off.
This light will go out.
There we go.
Yeah, and that bright light, and all of a sudden, boom. That's what's cool about this
Team
watch.
Asso with the 1960 company, showing you the loom of the Hobring COSZZZZZ.
Yeah, COSZM. 15 watches were made. This is, we sold all 15 of them, or 14 of them, except for this one. And this is serial number 1. And if somebody wants a really cool watch, this is available. So let me know.
Sweet. All right.
Put the light back on so we can see the next. Yeah. Green dial, again 15, and manual wind, 42 millimeter stainless steel.
Manual wind, and you got to pull the crown out to wind the watch.
Yes.
Because obviously with the crown in,
Right.
is where you get the functionality.
Staying with the orange chrono hand theme,
Yes.
I'll throw this one out here, and I think we've talked about
We've
this.
seen
again.
this one.
Yeah. What we haven't seen is, because I've been running it since we got here, is the stopwatch. And what I've found out subsequently since last time is that the movement in this watch is an Eterna movement. I don't believe this movement is found in any other watch. And oh, by the way, Eterna has been sort of folded. The company that owns it is a Chinese company, and they're not making watches, and they're not making movements for anybody right now. So this has a really cool movement. So Chase, who owns Okanoska, contracted with them to make supply him with these cool movements. And why is it cool? So you just saw it right then if you were paying attention. The minute is an instantaneous jumper, but there's 2 hands on that minute counter. It's a minute and hours. And again, I'll pull out the trusty.
So that we can really see it.
So right down.
I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit.
Yeah, do that. On the counter right now, you've got, so we're showing, whatever it be, that would be 29 minutes. Is that right? Or 29 minutes. It's a 30-minute counter, but then you've also got the 12-hour counter right here. So this white hand, which sits below it, so it's coaxial, goes around, and that's your hour counter for the stopwatch. So you've got 2.
Toothpicks being difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see as the chrono hand. So the second hand is going to. It's also a flyback chronograph as well. So you can just hit the reset button and everything flies back and then starts.
Starts back at 0 but keeps running.
Yeah.
So pay attention to 3 o'clock.
Boom. And actually both the hands.
Slick.
Yeah. So it's a really cool little watch.
Yeah, it is.
American brand. It's obviously a Swiss movement. There's the
Decent machine finishing on there.
Yeah, it's a column wheel chronograph that Eterna moved, that Eterna built, and
And I don't think people know what you mean. So let me show.
Column wheel.
Yeah, I think just right.
Yeah, that's the column wheel. So that's, instead of having a cam system, you have a column that rotates every time you start and stop the watch to operate the stopwatch, and that's what a traditional high grade chronograph will have. That column. It looks a little bit like Sapaneva's case.
It does, and it's also a limited edition. It looks like it's individually numbered.
Yeah, he made 150 of these with the blue dial. There's 150 also with a dark gray dial. And
I like this one.
Yeah, it's a great looking watch. Part of me wants to keep it, but also, I do have a commercial operation. Oh.
Yeah, you do at some point have to think about how you're making the money, I guess.
Yeah.
So, wow.
We've gone on a bit.
We've gone on a bit, and we're a little bit long, but guess what, folks? That's Watch Geek Time.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Scott Goldman with Watch Geek Time. It's Tim Jackson with Independent in Time, IndependentinTime.com. If you saw anything that you liked, anything that we showed you over there on that other fancy camera of ours, give Tim a call. He's got the goods. He knows what he's doing, and if we didn't see something that we liked today, he's got other stuff. So, again, thanks again for paying attention this time. I know it's a long day today.
Thanks for joining us. No, it's great to do it again, and we've got more to talk about.
Well, next week let's have the doctor and see some really intense stuff.
Yeah.
If you're in France, get yourself over to the Louvre, not because of the theft, but the Vacherin Constantine exhibit.
That clock. Yeah, mind blowing.
Mind blowing. Folks, thanks.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.